is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Welcome in to Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, SiriusXM channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from the great city of Chicago. Each and every day we are on the air until 3 Eastern. If you want to join the show today, you can call or text us at 310-840-4910. Abdalla, every single team in the NFL will have reported to training camp by the end of today. Training camps are open around the NFL. Here we go.
All right, this is the first of many. I think this is the first of, let's see, one. So there's a preseason game next week, so that's two.
Okay.
And then there is we'll get the Wednesday, and then we'll get the Sunday, so that's four. This is the first of four football is backs. Okay? So today, football is back.
Yes.
All right?
Next
Thursday, when you get a preseason game,
sure,
the Hall of Fame
back.
game, football is back.
Yes.
Wednesday, when we kick off the season, September 9th with the Patriots and the Seahawks, football is back, and then we'll get Sunday with a full slate of games. Football is back. So today, the first of four, football is back.
Can we sneak in maybe a fifth? Football is back
whenever you want to.
When college,
you're right.
I
forgot about college. The first of five college
Saturday.
Yes,
people are going to be all about football is back.
You're right
on that college football Saturday to get the season started.
You're right.
Yeah, so training camps, everyone will be reported to camp by the end of today. Lots going on in the NFL. Let's start in Tampa. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at training camp. Baker Mayfield is reporting to training camp without a new deal in hand. Sources are telling ESPN that Mayfield and his agents have not made significant progress with the Bucs on a new contract. Largely expected. So Baker's in camp. They want a new deal. He wants to get paid by one of the top wide receiver quarterbacks in all of football. And there is no movement closer to that. Sources are telling ESPN at this moment.
Yeah, and this is also, we got news yesterday that Vita Vea has announced that he wants to be traded from the team because they could not come to terms on a deal, and he was holding in from their OTAs over that period of time earlier in the offseason.
Yeah.
And right now, you're looking at a division in the NFC South where the Panthers were 8-9, the Bucs were 8-9, the Falcons were 8-9, and the Saints, who looked decent towards the end of the season after Tyler Shuck kind of took control of that offense and, kind of made the team his own, won a few games toward the end of the season and actually looked better towards the end of the season. Won 6 games. They were just 2 wins away from being in that 8-9 club. This division is up for grabs. A lot taking place with the Bucs, a lot of outside noise taking place. And right now, over the weekend, too, Baker said that he would be willing that if a deal doesn't get done by the time training camp starts, their first practice is tomorrow. So they've got today to figure it out. Training camp first practice is tomorrow. That if this deal doesn't get done, he's willing to play the entire season on the final year of his contract and next season on a franchise tag, which as of right now would be around $48 million. He would be willing to do that. However, the Bucs could also move on from him. Another team could try to sign Baker Mayfield if they don't franchise him because that's a lot of money for a team. So right now with 3 teams that were 8-9, that's a lot of outside noise for a team going into on their first full day of training camp here.
Yeah, I would say with Vita Vea, he is a really good player. What is he, 31 though?
Yeah.
So what a team would be willing to give up? I mean, I'm sure there's more than a handful of teams that maybe missed out on Trey Hendrickson, that maybe missed out on Max Crosby, and I know that's a slightly different position, but when we are talking about with Dexter Lawrence getting dealt, Dexter Lawrence creates pressure up the middle. Vita Vea does the same. And those two are like the 2 guys from the interior that apply the pressure to a quarterback that supplements the defense and getting after a quarterback. So I could see many teams being interested in seeing what the price tag would be for Vita Vea on the trade market. I could certainly see that being the case. The ESPN article points out that Baker Mayfield this season ranked 16th among quarterbacks in average pay at $33 million per year. Sources tell Jeremy Fowler of ESPN that, as Abdalla was saying, Mayfield is not afraid of playing out the season under the current deal or playing out next season on the franchise tag, which the Buccaneers could use next season. With that said, the projections in the article suggest that the franchise tag is projected to rise roughly to about $50 million next season. So, it's a great payday, but Baker Mayfield would prefer to have the longevity locked in.
Absolutely.
That's his side of the argument.
Yeah, and there's also a situation where, the Bucs miss out on the playoffs. Old's fired. They move on from him. They hire a new head coach. They don't want to use the franchise tag on Baker Mayfield. And there are a number of teams that need a Baker Mayfield, that could use the services of a Baker Mayfield, that are probably going to be too good to be in the sweepstakes for a top 5 pick in the draft, but are still in the mix for a playoff spot, that need a quarterback because they don't know what they're going to do for a quarterback next season. You've got the Steelers, who know that Aaron Rodgers is going to retire at the end of the season, that they are looking to try to get a playoff spot. They don't know what they're going to do at quarterback next season. Will Mike McCarthy be able to develop a quarterback while simultaneously try to make the playoffs? We've got the Atlanta Falcons, who have Tua Tagovailoa on a 1-year deal, but also have Michael Penix, who can't stay healthy, that they drafted a couple years ago. So you've got a couple teams that would absolutely love to go out and sign Baker Mayfield if he's available. But I also believe it would be in the best interest of the Bucs that if Baker Mayfield is asking for a reasonable contract and not asking to reset the market and want $60 million or something like that, that they should try to get a deal done, because to me, he's not a top 10 quarterback. He's probably top half, I would say. His
best season will enter the conversation of whether or not he's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
His best season.
I would say that.
He's usually around like 14, 15.
But you can win
quarterback
because of him.
Oh, yeah.
And you can win with him. And he can get you. He didn't get you to the playoffs last year, but he can get you to the playoffs.
2 years ago he did.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in this division that's up for grabs, we don't know what the Falcons are going to do. We don't know how good the Panthers are going to be this year. We don't know what the Saints are going to be like. I think right now, the Bucs, if I had to pick today, the Bucs would be winning this division right now.
I would also add in there, you look at the Super Bowl champs, the Seattle Seahawks. I would take Baker Mayfield over Sam Darnold. Yeah. I think Baker's a better quarterback. So it's the conversation of, can you win with him? Yeah, you absolutely can win a Super Bowl with someone like Baker Mayfield. Everything else has to make sense for your team, right? You have to have a great defense. He has to have great weapons around him, and we'll see how that kind of goes now that Mike Evans is in San Francisco. Mike Evans, Hall of Fame wide receiver, was always there as a safety valve for Baker Mayfield the last couple of seasons. So, and when we look at the average quarterback contract per year, the two that stand out, it's Mahomes and Prescott at the top. Mahomes making $64 million a year, $60 a year for Dak Prescott. And then you've got a whole collection of guys at $55 a year. And that's Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Stafford, and Jared Goff. They're all at that 55 and 53 range. I'm guessing for Baker and his agent, the conversation's got to be, pay me what the Niners are paying Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is getting $53 a year from the 49ers.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield can be Brock Purdy. Let's call it what it is. Brock Purdy is nothing special. If you're a 49er fan, please take offense to that. It's true.
I think that if you had to ask Kyle Shanahan, he would want
Baker
Mayfield over Brock Purdy.
Yeah, so if Baker could get to that 55 club with the 6 or 7 other guys that are all making $55 million a year, and I know a couple of those are top-level quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. I understand why Matthew Stafford and Trevor Lawrence are getting that.
Yeah.
But, I think that's the case that Baker's group needs to make, is that he should be in that collection. Now, who knows? Maybe the Buccaneers, the long-term projection of the team is suggesting that they will go look for a quarterback after next season. I don't know. They don't strike me as a franchise that is ready to reset or wants to reset. They're the type of franchise that likes being in the mix every single year.
Because this is a division that's completely up for grabs. That's not, look, they're not up for grabs in the sense that the NFC North is up for grabs, where every team is going to win, 10 or 11 games, and you might have 3 teams in the playoffs. This is the division where everybody's like, okay, one team has to make the playoffs, and in reality, they probably shouldn't be allowed to host a playoff game because that team might be under 500, as the Panthers were last year, an under 500 team. If I had to rewrite the rules of the NFL, an under 500 team probably shouldn't be allowed to host a playoff game.
Well, I mean,
it's not fair that an over 500 team is a wild card team, and that team has to go on the road to Carolina, right? That's not fair.
Word of advice for you and for people making that argument. Here's the advice.
Win your division?
Win your
Yeah,
division.
thanks. Okay.
Win your division,
Okay.
sir.
Well, okay. Maybe.
Good old-fashioned win the division.
I understand that.
Win it.
I understand
Little football.
that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, football is back.
Win your division.
Football is back. But you're right.
Yes, we love the NFL, Bart Scott. Yes.
Because, look, if this was...
Win your division.
If the shoe was on the other foot and we were talking about Baker Mayfield being on the Steelers, and the Steelers were having this problem with Baker Mayfield, and Aaron Rodgers was a buck, and he was saying that he was going to retire at the end of the year, I would be saying the same thing. I would say that Baker Mayfield would be a great Buccaneer at the end of the season, and they should be going out and maybe trying to negotiate with Baker Mayfield when this is all said and done, because they are that team that could be looking at a playoff spot and not being bad enough to be looking at a top 5 pick at one of these quarterbacks, but also are looking at a playoff spot at the end of the season because they have Baker Mayfield. Like, he can't go into, if you're the Bucs, you can't let him go into free agency. You can use the franchise tag.
Sure.
But I would also just try to negotiate a long-term deal with him and keep him in the fold unless you are trying to see if this is a make or break year for Todd Bowles. Because if that's the case, and you want to bring in a coach that might not care for Baker Mayfield.
No, but okay, finish your thought. I'm sorry.
Then you go, you don't want to marry a coach to a quarterback. That's
okay. That's fair.
I'm just
think about how the NFL has worked the last couple of seasons.
I know.
The only guys that get hired are individuals who have shared the same facility as McVay or Shanahan.
I know.
And both McVay and Shanahan both love Baker Mayfield.
I know.
So I'm guessing whoever it is, the new guy who just holding the clipboard in Los Angeles for the Rams, whatever that individual is, when he becomes the Buccaneers' next head coach because he shared an office cubicle with guys who also worked in the offensive department of the Rams, that guy, because that's how hiring in the NFL has gone the last couple of years, that guy's going to like Baker Mayfield. So you're going to want him in the mix. And at that point, he's only going to be 33.
Well, remember, Mayfield was with the Rams.
He's 31 right now.
Mayfield
2
was
seasons
with the
from
Rams
now.
for a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm guessing those type of coaches will all like Baker Mayfield.
Absolutely.
And so I think he's going to be with the Bucs long term.
We don't know what he's asking for. I think that's the big question. We don't know what Baker Mayfield is asking for. We don't know what he and his agent are asking for.
Well, they can't realistically be asking for what Mahomes got.
You don't know.
He hasn't accomplished anything.
I think you don't know because
but he could make an argument that Dak Prescott and he have the same accomplishments because Dak hasn't accomplished anything either.
You could also be saying, who else are you going to go get? What are you going to do at the end of the season? They could be saying, we make the playoffs. If he's Baker Mayfield, you could be saying, we make the playoffs at the end of the season, and you're picking, 20-something in the draft. What are you going to do at quarterback if I leave?
He does have the leverage.
Right?
I agree. Baker does have the leverage in this situation because who's the backup? Jake Browning?
Yeah.
That's not going to work. You need Baker Mayfield, so you need him to be happy. And moving forward with the Buccaneers, I think he gives you your best shot with or without Todd Bowles if things don't go well. So I think for the long term for the Buccaneers, that makes the most sense. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. The Commanders have been rumored to be interested in a wide receiver. It's not the name you might think it is. We'll tell you who that is coming up next.
The wait is over. Every NFL team is now in training camp. Football is back, and so are the storylines. We'll keep you on top of it all. Happy football season, everybody. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
We've known throughout the offseason there's a connection between the Washington Commanders and a wide receiver that's on the open market. The name that's been connected, either based on the player himself constantly sending social media videos talking about the Washington Commanders. He's going to try and buy a house in the area, trying to say to tell people to get the tour dates ready because you got to get your tickets at commanders.com. That player is Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
Seems like something's a bit off with that situation. Not quite sure how that's going, but that's not the wide receiver that is being reported that the Commanders could be in play for. Adam Schefter putting out there that the Commanders could be in play for a different wide receiver that's available here in the offseason. He's actually a far better football player, Stephon Diggs. If the Commanders were able to land Stephon Diggs here in the offseason, who does the NFC East get interesting? Because I think right now, the way we look at Philadelphia and Dallas as the two front-running teams in the division, the Giants are going to be improved. How improved they will be in this upcoming season, we'll see. But new coaching staff, I think they'll get that bump, new coach bump. Mm-hmm. And then the Commanders were expected to be better last year, came back a little, and if Jaden Daniels can stay healthy, that could really change the outcome of the Commanders. And if they could land Stephon Diggs, that would be a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be huge. I mean, right now you're relying on Terry McLaurin, Treylon Burks, Antonio Williams. You've got that they drafted Antonio Williams. They drafted in the third round. So, you're relying on a decent cast, but you're mostly relying on Jaden Daniels staying healthy and returning to the playmaker he became his rookie year. You've got a different play caller this season. So what will this offense look like? And if you can add Stephon Diggs, a guy who, last season he only had 4 touchdowns. The year before, he only had 3 touchdowns receiving. But last season, he put up just over 1,000 yards.
Well, didn't he catch 70-plus balls? He
85.
85, yeah. And I mean,
85 receptions.
He was the Patriots' leading receiver. He can still play.
Absolutely. Look, 1,000 yards is great. And, like you said, 85 receptions is great. 4 touchdowns. I think that with Jaden Daniels, though, this offense could be a lot better with Stephon Diggs. That's not even a question. It's just a matter of will they be able to pay him? Can they figure this out? And I think that Stephon Diggs would, like we talked about him in addition to the Chiefs offense and how much better they would be if Stephon Diggs was added to the Chiefs offense. I'm surprised that he is still, I know that he had some off the field issues going on this offseason, but as far as it's the NFL, they sign everybody. I know that Brandon Ayuk has kind of...
It's the NFL.
...has Instagrammed his way out of...
They sign everybody.
Well, listen, Brandon Ayuk has Instagrammed his way out of pretty much every locker room this offseason.
Yeah. I mean...
I know he's still a 49er, and they have to release him in order for him to go to a different team.
They don't have to do anything.
They have to release him in order for him to go to another team.
Well, right.
They're not going to do anything, it seems like. But Diggs is a free agent. He can sign wherever he wants to right now. So I'm surprised that a team has not brought him in yet as training camps start today.
Yeah, there's a few spots that Stephon Diggs would immediately impact the offense. One would be Washington. Another would be Kansas City. So 2 teams to keep your eyes on for Stephon Diggs. But yeah, Adam Schefter saying that the Commanders could be interested in Diggs. Now, if you look at Jaden Daniels from last season, from what he did in his rookie season, 17 games played, a 69 completion percentage. That's huge as a rookie. 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Last year, only played 7 games, dealt with injuries the entire season. His completion percentage dropped from 69 to 60. He had 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Can Jaden Daniels play the way he played as a rookie, or the small sample size that we saw last season, 7 games played, dealing with injury, is that more the player? Because, one, to be a rookie and to throw 69% completion, That's huge. But then last year, to see it drop 9 points, that is a noticeable drop off.
Yeah, it is. And I think to answer your question, I'm trying to pull up a stat here real quick. Okay. Can he play the way he played as a rookie? Yes and no. Okay. He needs to play the way he played as a rookie as far as passing the ball. 69% completion percentage was great.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at the way he had 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He took 47 sacks. Like that, the sacks were high, but look, for a rookie, 3,500 yards, that was great, right? That's an awesome numbers, okay? And he got them to the NFC Championship game.
Awesome numbers.
Got him to the NFC Championship game, okay?
Yes, awesome numbers.
Why I'm saying no is if you scroll down on the page and you go to rushing, he ran for almost 900 yards. I don't want my quarterback, especially a guy like Jaden Daniels, who is now suspect to injuries like this. I don't want him running for 900 yards and getting 148 touches and 148 rushes. I don't want that. That's not how he is supposed to be utilized. He is a really good passer. We saw it his rookie year. We saw it for the games he was healthy last season. Stay in the pocket more. Rush when you need to. I'm not saying completely take away the element that he uses. He's an extremely dynamic quarterback, but you need to find a better way to utilize that dynamicism, or if that's a word. And so,
sure,
whatever, we'll go with it. And so,
whatever, we'll go with that.
I don't care. I didn't go to English school. I went to art school. So I don't need 900 yards rushing out of my core. I understand it got them to the NFC Championship game, but the next year it also got them nowhere because he was hurt for 10 games.
Yes.
So what do you want?
Yeah, whatever.
Do you want your quarterback hurt for 10 games?
I'm not even listening to your sports takes anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate it.
That's outstanding. Whatever just happened the last 20 seconds.
Dynamicism?
Let's just keep it moving. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. So that's the latest with the Commanders. They could be in play for Stephon Diggs. And if he goes to Washington...
Dynamicism is a word.
All right, then sell it with your chest next time.
Yeah. Dynamism. I'm going to go with dynamicism.
Sure.
I like that word better.
So you can always call or text this show at 310-840-4910. Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. On Friday, LeBron James signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, we've documented here in the offseason, Philly fans, it was a tough exit from the playoffs. You lose to the Celtics in a series that you should have won. You had the better players, you were healthy, and the Celtics eliminate you from the playoffs. And you're in a situation, was it the Celtics or the Knicks that beat them? Did they win that first round series? What was it in the first round between the two? I thought it was the Celtics, right?
It was so long ago. I'm still focused on dynamicism.
No, I know. We're off the rails here, but
I'm focused on dynamicism.
After they lose, you have the local news report, and you have the Philly girl crying, the poor girl.
I love Joel, and I hope he stays. I love the whole team. They did amazing, but it's just heartbreaking. It really is.
It was heartbreaking for them. It was really sad for the fans of the 76ers at the end of the season because they lost. And so it was the Knicks that lost, that beat them in the semis.
Yeah.
I knew I said it wrong.
Okay.
See, this whole segment we'll just redo in post. That's the key.
That's what AI's for, right?
So she was crying after the loss to the Knicks,
I
right?
love Joel, and I hope he stays. I love the whole team. They did amazing, but it's just heartbreaking. It really is.
We have a friend, Alan, who's a diehard Phillies fan.
Shut up.
Eagles, Sixers, Phillies. He's from Philadelphia. He's from Pennsylvania. And he told me over the weekend, like, it feels cheap that LeBron selected them. It's just not It's just not.
It feels a little dirty.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaylen Brown was very exciting.
Yeah.
But the LeBron feels a little cheap. So the question on the table is like, are Sixers fans pumped for LeBron? Well, Abdallah, I found online some that are very, very excited. Have you heard these new LeBron James fan songs?
Oh, we got songs of the summer?
Listen, man, Philadelphia sports fans are really geeked.
Okay.
They're really happy for LeBron James.
All right.
This one is
Let's hear these.
To the Man in the Mirror.
And they got JB, LeBron and MB, the real big three. They traded Paul George because they needed change. And you guys to say his name. His name is LeBron James. I'm talking about the man on the Sixers.
Oh, dear.
Asking you to say his name, LeBron James.
Okay. All right. First of all,
James, I'm talking about the man
okay.
on the
The
Sixers.
point.
Yes.
No. The point where his voice gets like scratched, and he's like the chorus is great. Yeah, that part is awesome. That part is awesome.
Yes.
This one's catchy.
All right. So that's.
I don't mind this one. The beginning of it isn't great.
Yeah, it's
The
a little
beginning
slow.
of it feels forced, but once it gets going,
It all feels forced.
once you get going, I don't mind that one.
All right.
I don't mind that one.
So I saw that one online. It's getting a lot of views on TikTok.
Okay, I don't mind that one.
And there's a lot of videos using that song on TikTok. They're making their own videos.
Yeah,
so it's really picking up.
Yeah, love this. I love this. I love this.
So as I'm seeing they're scrolling through the Man in the Mirror LeBron James songs that Philly fans have put together, I found this one. Take a listen to it. Promiscuous. You remember this song?
Oh, Mr. LeBron,
Oh, Lord.
wherever you are, you play for the Sixers, and you know how to ball. Oh, Mr. LeBron from Ohio, you play basketball, what you waiting for? Oh, Mr. LeBron from the NBA, you met Obama, and you got real good grades.
You want more of it? I mean,
No, that's horrible.
this song
That's
is
horrible.
terrible.
See, I already thought of a better idea for this song. Oh God. Ooh, that is auto-tuned to
Wait.
hell.
The high part.
Oh, is
they
there a
couldn't
rap?
get to.
There's no rap in there?
No, it cuts off after that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
auto-tuned to hell. That is horrible.
Yes.
I hate that song. I already thought of a better idea.
What?
You could make a promiscuous girl song and just call it Promiscuous LeBron and talk about all the different teams he's played on. And now he's promiscuous around the NBA.
Oh, yeah, that
Come on.
that
Come
could
on,
work.
man. Come on.
That could work.
Come on. R.I.P. Quincy Jones, but I've already made a better idea here. I'm a hit maker. Let's go.
The Mr. LeBron kills me. Mr. LeBron.
That's horrible. That's horrible. But at least I will say this part about this. This sounds at least like this guy tried to sing it, where the other one sounds like he had like AI sing
an
it for him.
AI voice.
Yeah, this one at least sounds like he tried to sing it.
And you guys to say his name. His name is LeBron.
Like this sounds like an AI made this.
Really?
Yeah. This sounds like
with
well,
the voices
because-
in the background, yes, but the part where he says LeBron James, that
no,
doesn't
because
sound like
you know
AI.
how you can make like the thing going around now is like, have you seen the videos where it's like I took my wife's text messages and made it into like a pop
yeah,
punk song?
yes, yeah.
Like that sounds. That's what this sounds like. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong, and this dude's got an awesome voice. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're right, because there's all the backup singing
Yeah,
adds to it. That
that's-
feels AI.
The other one,
This is just
that
a
one
dude,
just sounds like a dude in his basement.
This is a dude
man.
working GarageBand, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
Mr. LeBron.
And he just auto-tuned and pitched it all the way up. Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
That's great. So, there's all these songs that are out there, and then there's this one from 2024. Apparently, LeBron fans were sick of Jordan fans always bringing up 6 rings.
Okay.
This song is a LeBron song called Glazing.
Ew.
For all those rings you won and all of those parades.
Disgusting.
What?
You're my gold and my king that I
no.
blaze. No matter
I
what,
can't
I
say it.
still love you every
What are you going to say?
I'll get suspended.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say?
And I didn't want to write a song.
Oh, what is this?
'Cause I didn't want anyone thinking.
Hold on. No person can be real about this, right?
No, this is clearly also they said this is AI, have Justin Bieber sing this because this sounds like
I'm ready.
Bieber.
Should I go for it?
That
What?
sounds like Bieber.
Hey, how are you?
It does.
I'm rooting for 2, 3. If it's not my baby.
Oh, jeez.
Because if someone sang this,
No, I wouldn't do anything different if I had.
Have you ever heard Nick Wright sing?
Bronze the goat that I chose.
I didn't know Nick Wright had those voices in it.
Who knows? I don't know. This can't be real.
AI, man.
You think this is AI? This is from 2024. It was before AI really took over everything.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
okay,
from
maybe.
it's from 2 years ago.
Oh, maybe.
This song. The
Maybe.
LeBron Glazin song.
I mean, maybe it was when you had to really pay for AI. Like, you had to shell out some money. And you had to leave and, like, I'm going to leave for
Sam
work.
Altman's the only one that made this,
Yeah,
who had access to it at the time.
Maybe he's a big LeBron fan.
Oh,
All right,
jeez.
maybe it is a person who's a horrible person.
Think that LeBron is the GOAT. That's how I know that you don't love yourself.
That's
All right. All right. You
Okay,
can't-
that's the worst one.
You can't be serious.
We played them in best to worst.
I think we did.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I think the end of the Man in the Mirror one
That's my favorite.
is the better version.
And then when he says say his name is great. This is so good. See, you know how I know it's AI? Because all the voices, and Raj texted it to us, all the voices are the guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
yeah,
AI,
yeah. They're
yeah.
layered on top of each other,
it's
but
all
it's AI.
It's
yeah.
AI. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
AI. But it's good. I'll drain a pond for that. That's fine.
Yeah. That's outstanding. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Yeah, just don't be
No, this is
like you seriously can't be real.
You can't like LeBron that much.
I don't know, man. Some people are out there weird. Singing about glazing LeBron. Not for me. Nope.
And I didn't want to write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I'm rooting for 2, 3. If it's not my baby.
Okay, that's weird.
What?
Calling your favorite basketball player your baby is weird. That's weird.
Like I said.
Like you said, what? You didn't say anything.
No.
We're waiting for a comment. We're waiting for Abdalla's comment here on Bleck and Abdalla. Abdalla, your favorite player of all time. Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player?
Any sport.
NBA player of all time?
Any sport.
Oh, my favorite player of all time is probably Jordan. It's
Jordan?
easy, Jordan. Yeah.
Do you call Jordan your baby?
No, I don't call him my baby. He's an old man. He is much older than me.
Bleck and Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. We have a controversy from a 16U baseball game that I want your opinion on. Is it right for the ump to just cancel the game because the parents are yelling at him? We'll talk about that coming up next.
Less than 1 week until the MLB trade deadline. Buyers, sellers, contenders, pretenders. Who could be on the move? The lines are about to be drawn. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
There's a video going around online. John Boy has posted it. It's from a 16U baseball game. And in the game, you see a play at the plate, I believe. And then there's, players are walking off the field after an out is called at the plate. And as the players are walking off the field, you can hear fans, parents of a 16U baseball game yelling at the umpire. It escalates to a point at one point in the video that was posted on social media. It's going viral now. You hear this.
Did you hear that? See me in the parking lot. This game is forfeited. They lost. Game is over. You're lost.
So the ump says that's it because the fan, the dad, the parent said, I'll meet you in the parking lot after the bad call and the back and forth on the field. And so the ump stops the game, mid-game.
Did you hear that? See me in the parking lot. This game is forfeited. They lost. Game is over. You're lost.
All right, so like Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, 310-840-4910. I am not a parent, so I am not in this travel baseball youth sport culture. I'm aware of it from afar. You know, I participated in sports as a kid, but I think a lot of things have changed in 25 to 30 years.
Dude.
Like I think when you and I were younger, it wasn't as high pressure as it is now. And Abdalla has a daughter, but she is young enough still where it's not the travel teams. It's not the competitive teams,
she's
right?
3.
She's 3, right? So it's not yet. You haven't gotten there.
No, she's not even playing real games at
No,
soccer
no,
yet.
no, no. No, there's a
They're
ball,
cha-
and
there's
they're
like 5 balls being rolled around, and
There's-
they're lucky if they don't pick it up for more than 5 minutes.
one
right,
of
with
the
their
kids
hands.
is sitting there eating the grass.
Yeah, it's like no,
Yeah.
not with your hands. Come on, guys, it's soccer. Come
Yeah.
on, come on.
So like you and I are not in this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I know many people listening to the show deal with
Yes.
this all the time. And that's where, you know, you watch the video. As an outsider, I watch the video. And of course, it's just a snippet, right? It's like a 2-minute video. It's posted online. John Boy puts it out there and everyone sees it now. And the first thing that I think of is like, really, dude? Like, just first of all, the umpire for a 16U game, how much can that guy be making to call a game?
Yeah.
Can't be much. Now, the umpire himself didn't look like a high schooler, you know, because that's the other thing that always gets me is when the parents start yelling at the umpires who are like high school kids themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the kid working at Krusty Burger that's just like, sir, please stop yelling at me. I just called a strike.
Yeah.
It's not a ball, sir. Like that kid, like, why are you yelling at a poor kid? But like the ump, that's a man.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And he wasn't going to take any crap from the parents.
Did you hear that? See me in the parking lot. This game is forfeited. They lost. Game is over. You're lost.
And I would guess
See me in
like
the parking lot.
I would guess that like for some of the things that I'm sure parents listening to this show have seen, I'm guessing that video that's going viral right now is pretty tame to what I think is out there with youth sports culture.
I have heard people talk about this before. I haven't seen this, like you said, like my daughter's not old enough. Like I don't even have friends whose kids are that like I would be going to or
Yeah.
relatives where I would be like, oh, I got to go see my cousin.
Yeah, because all of
game.
for both of us, all of our nieces and nephews, they're all of the age.
They're all young.
It's a little too young for
Yeah.
the competitive sports angle.
Exactly.
yet.
Or they're still of age where like it doesn't matter. You know, they're still
Yeah.
playing like
Yeah.
T-ball or they're playing whatever. They're like, this doesn't matter. And I also don't think that, like, honestly, I don't think this matters. Like, my opinion is this doesn't matter either. You know, if an ump calls a strike and your kid's out or there's a play at the plate and your kid's out, learn to deal with a mistake and go back to the bench. Like, that's what you deal with.
Yeah, but
know?
you know that that's not the way it works.
I understand that. And I think that parents take this stuff way too seriously. Like, look, I played Little League until I basically was old enough to say, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, until I found it
Yeah.
boring enough.
Sure.
And it was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. There's other things I'd rather be doing with
Yeah.
my time.
You sat on the sideline and you called the Little League games
Yeah, which
as a
was
little
like-
play-by-play kid.
Well, which was like, you know, probably like 14 or 15, something like that. But like we also only had, at the time, we also didn't have the technology where you could look up Lil Johnny's stats for the
Dude,
year.
it's so cool to
You
see the
didn't have-
stats that kids have now
It's
and
cool
the
to
video
it's
recaps.
cool to a
and-
point. Like
No,
it's cool
it's
to-
pretty sweet.
It is.
It's pretty
But I
awesome.
also don't think you need to be looking up a 9-year-old's batting
Well,
average.
maybe you want to know
Okay.
what to improve on.
That's fine.
high and outside fastball. I can't get it.
Yeah,
you need to know this stuff.
I also think that there's like
I think it's pretty cool.
But if you also talk to professional athletes, the fact that a lot of these kids will train because they want to improve that batting average, they will train year round in one sport. But if you talk to professional athletes, they'll say, don't do that. I played everything. Growing up.
The specialization of sports, I think it is something that in the long run hurts most kids.
Yeah, and the fact that you can watch these games from everywhere, I get that that's cool. Like if you can't be at your kid's game because you got work or you're out of town or something like that, that's cool. The fact that you can like pull up an app on your phone and you can watch all that, that's awesome. But I think you're right. I think the fact that parents get too crazy at these games and too fired up at these games, you're only hurting the kids, because in this situation, the game was canceled.
Game's over.
Game is over. Do you think that your kid is impressed that you want to fight an umpire in the parking lot? Do you think that your kid is impressed that you're swearing at a ref during your game? Do you think that your kid is impressed by this? Like, what are you doing?
Well, I'm guessing to some level of it, it's the parent themselves trying to live through the kid for their failed athletic career.
Yeah.
Right? Like, isn't that a part of it too? And to why they take it way too seriously? So you can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Have you ever seen someone go after an umpire? Have you seen something ridiculous during a Little League game or during a soccer game for your kids? Some fans, you get parents fighting with each other on the sideline.
Man.
You know, I know that people are out there and they've seen these things. Now, I'm not attending these games, so like I haven't yet seen it. Abdalla hasn't gotten to that point yet either. But I know that those people are out there, and I know that it's definitely something that when you watch it happen, you kind of question yourself, like, what the hell is going on? You know, it's almost like one of the same situations, like you're on an airplane, and when you see someone acting up on an airplane, everyone else is like all collectively thinking, like, what the hell is wrong with this person?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's one of those situations.
Our guy Derek from Baltimore, 443. As a dad, my boys have played youth football and basketball, and the parents are the worst. I've seen parents, men and women, verbally abuse kids, 9 or 10. Old son for simply dropping a pass in football or missing a layup in basketball. It's sickening. Yeah. When it happens to the kids, it's bad, and when it happens to the people that are there officiating or the coaches, it's bad. Put my kid in. Why isn't my kid playing? Why isn't my kid getting more time? Why is this person just dropped a pass? This person just missed a layup. Why isn't my kid playing over that other kid? It's all bad.
Yeah, it is. So keep the text rolling, 310-840-4910. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. It's now time for our Defensive Player of the Week, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all branches of the armed services, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission. Who are we going with this week, Abdalla?
Vita Vea, shout out to you.
All
Defending your wallet. Go out there and get yourself some money.
All right.
I like that.
We'll see if the Bucks actually trade Vita Vea here before the season starts. And so we will say, Vita Vea, you are the Defensive Player of the Week, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. All right, so, yeah, I mean, keep the text coming, 310-840-4910. If you've got a story, something that you've seen attending a youth sports event that is just outrageous, let us know. 310-840-4910. Big Ten Media Days are taking place here in Chicago today. Coaches are speaking as we speak right now. Will the coaches of the Big Ten clap back at the SEC? We'll tell you next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. Big Ten Media Days taking place in Chicago. It started up today. We had coaches speaking today. Here's who is set to speak to the media today at the Big Ten Media Days. Illinois' Brett Bielema, Iowa's Kirk Ferentz, Penn State new head coach Matt Campbell, Rutgers' Greg Schiano, Lincoln Riley at USC, and Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. So those are the head coaches speaking today. Tomorrow we will get Ryan Day. he speaks to the media tomorrow. Dan Lanning speaks to the media. And then Thursday, the big dog of the conference, the champion, Kurt Signetti, speaks on Thursday. So that's the one that everyone's going to want to be in attendance for. Abdalla, last week here on the show, it's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. On the air until 3 Eastern, live from Chicago each and every day. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Last week when we were covering the SEC Media Days, it seemed like a lot of the focus on the SEC Media Days were head coaches taking shots at Big Ten coaches and then also the Big Ten philosophy for trying to turn the college football playoff into a 24-team playoff.
Yeah, and it seems like right now it looks like the Big Ten is not necessarily, and their commissioner is not necessarily firing back, but just saying that, look, this is what we think that this is best for us. We're not looking for automatic bids is what was said. And not necessarily, and the commissioner said that he talks to Greg Sankey all the time, the commissioner of the SEC, and they actually spoke. He said, we spoke 5 times today because there's a sports bill going through Congress and that they're talking about that, and it's going through the House of Representatives and they're working through that. So he actually talks to Greg Sankey a lot. The two commissioners talk to each other a lot, and it's not like they have a bad relationship. And a lot of the conversation was about what the SEC talked about last week and how they were talking about breaking off and forming their own thing and whether or not that was real. And the Big Ten commissioner was like, yeah, well, listen, we'll deal with that if that actually ever happens. It's more of a thing that they weren't taking it, not necessarily taking it seriously, but more, we'll talk about that if it ever actually happens type of thing.
Yeah. And I think that's where, last week at the SEC Media Days, like obviously there's a difference in opinion on how the college football playoff should be set up. I don't think that they should expand it. I understand at some point it will be expanded because greed and money rule everything, especially in college athletics today and all of sports. That's what it is. And no matter who you talk to, you can't find or tell me there's a real college football fan that thinks it would be a good idea to expand to 24 teams. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're a casual, if you're someone that is just, you don't know anything about college football, so you think more is better, then, okay, I'm sure there are those people who are out there. Well, it's true. I'm sure there are people who say, oh, well, more playoff games. That's more fun. That's more great. That's awesome. It's like the tourney. Don't you love March Madness?
Yeah.
Oh, how great would that be? December Madness.
December to remember every single year.
No, that's not. That's taken.
Is that taken?
Is taken.
Is that trademark?
Yeah, you can't. December to remember would not be the college football playoffs motto.
We can't.
That's not what it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Okay.
Point being, getting in the 24th, 25th, 26th team into a playoff, that's not interesting for college football. That's why the regular season exists. The regular season is great in college football because each week something crazy can take place that upsets what you expect will happen for the end of this season.
Yeah.
And with more teams entering a playoff, those games that take place in September and October are less meaningful as far as the outcome of the end of this season. And so it dilutes the regular season. College football had the best regular season. And slowly and surely they are chipping away at how great college football used to be by just saying, okay, well, here we go. 4 and 5 loss teams. You get to make the playoff. Okay, yeah, it'll save a lot of coaches' jobs, right? Like someone like Lincoln Riley for USC. If he can walk around campus saying I'm a playoff team with 4 losses, boy, he thinks he's feeling good.
Yeah.
If you've been a fan of a program that's won national titles before, I think the fan base would be pretty upset if Lincoln Riley's still losing 4 or 5 ball games while still making the college football playoff and then being eliminated in the first round.
Yeah, and I think that, for some coaches like Lincoln Riley, though, I think that, yeah, you can go in and if there is an automatic bid for a certain amount of Big Ten teams in his case, you can skate by, I think, for the SEC if there's not automatic bids, or there is, I think, for certain coaches that are used to winning national championships, there is a certain level of expectation. Like if you don't win every single year. You're not in the mix for the top 4. There is still that expectation. Just winning or just making the college football playoff is still not enough. Being one of 24 is not enough. Hell, being one of 12 or 14 is not enough. They still want, some of these teams in the SEC, some of these fan bases still want to be one of 4 when it was just 4.
Yeah.
And they weren't happy enough when you weren't one of 4. And I think that this is still, to me, this has always been entertainment. The college football playoff, yes, you crown a champion and you try to find the best of the best of the best, right? But at the end of the day, it's still about entertainment value. And the reason people get so pissed off at the end of the season when they put out the final rankings, and a perfect example is this past season. If they had only put out, if the college football committee had only put out one final ranking that didn't have Notre Dame in the college football playoff, no one would have been pissed off. But the fact that they put Notre Dame in for weeks and then took them out, people were upset. But you have to put out these ranking shows, and ESPN's got to fill these ranking shows, and it's the committee's got to sit in a room and put their little hats on the little thing before they go in.
Stupid hats.
I don't understand what they're doing, and they go in and they have to show them every Saturday.
They have to put their hats on the side, so they put their allegiance to the side.
So their heads soak in all of the knowledge.
Yes.
They have to show them in the commercial breaks that they're watching all of the games at the same time, right? And so you have to show all this because it's the entertainment value. But if they didn't, and if on the final Sunday they just put out, here's our final ranking, here's our final 12, here you go, no one would be upset. But because they showed you Notre Dame for weeks, and at the end they were like, psych, they're 13th, people were pissed. And that's the problem with all of this ranking and all of this kind of stuff. And now you're going to do, but to me, that's the point, is like, okay, I get it. You're debating 12, 11, 13, but I don't care if so you're going to debate 25 and 26? Like, I don't care. I didn't care about 13 and 14 and 12.
Well, this past season, if you're looking at that, the 24th team that was ranked in the final AP Top 25 poll was TCU at 9-4. North Texas at 24 was 12-2. Navy 11-2. They were 23rd. And the 22nd team ranked in the AP Top 25 was Houston at 10-3. So you're right. Others. So do you want to? Here's how the end of the college football season would go. Ready? We are going to debate TCU and others receiving votes, being Illinois, Washington, SMU, Duke, Arizona, Georgia Tech, Tennessee, Missouri, Louisville, Old Dominion, Western Michigan, Wake Forest, so on and so on, right? Like, it turns now you're debating the 5th and 6th best teams in conferences.
That's ridiculous.
And it's stupid. That's not the point. That, you know what, you should be playing in a citrus fruit flavored bowl on New Year's Day.
You should have
somewhere.
a lawnmower in your bowl.
Yeah, you should have some fun little
or a
mascot
bag of chips
running around that we can all eat at the end of the game.
Yeah, that I run up to and try to take a picture with.
A snack.
You know what?
That's what it is.
Listen, if you're new to the Bleck Abdalla program, welcome. We appreciate you joining us on Westwood One and the Westwood One Sports app.
Thank you for finding the show.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
I've had a long-standing rule, and Chris knows this.
Oh, yeah.
A long-standing rule about the college football playoff. And now it's gone out the window. Now I've had to light that rule on fire.
What was your rule?
No 2-loss teams in the playoff. No 2-loss teams in the playoff.
Yeah.
I wanted when it was 4.
Yep.
When it was no 2-loss teams in the playoff. And now, what do I got to change it to? No 4-loss teams in the playoff? What are we doing?
But and back to your argument with Notre Dame last season, clearly the committee is just doing stuff throughout the year. I was going to use a different word, stuff, throughout the year to get ratings for their little TV show.
Right.
And then the final one is not like they tell you up front. Like, the previous rankings have no indication on how we're going to rank the teams for the final ranking. It's like, so why are we?
So why are you doing it?
What is this?
You're aggravating millions of people
It is so dumb.
for no reason when you could have just been like, no, these are the 12 teams.
Oh, while I've got you here, can I get your opinion on the conspiracy theory in college football about the SEC and ESPN?
Sure, please do.
Do you believe this conspiracy that's out there that ESPN artificially pumps up the FPI numbers for the SEC schools? So then by the end of the season, you have numbers that were better by the time we get there, so people can look back and be like, yeah, well, they were a preseason FPI of this.
It's an equation.
No, I'm telling you, there are people out there thinking that they're in cahoots, that the SEC and ESPN, and that they're artificially putting better FPI numbers out there for the SEC schools.
See, okay.
Because there was a post that was posted like a week ago for the SEC Media Days.
Yeah.
Where it was like showcasing how many SEC schools are in the top 25 of the FPI.
Yeah.
I know I'm abbreviating a lot of things, but it's rankings and it's the SEC, right? Mm-hmm. And people are out there saying like ESPN does this every year, so they could say there's 12 teams in the SEC that are that good.
It's first of all, it's an equation, so I don't understand how that works, and that is why, Chris, I rely on the good old SP Plus.
Oh, S&P Plus.
No, it's not S&P Plus. It's just SP Plus.
SP Plus.
SP Plus now it is ESPN's Bill Conley who puts this out, but again, it's just an equation he came up with, and he just plugs in numbers and spits it out.
If that's the way you're gonna go, I'm gonna go with the good old fashioned coaches poll.
Ew.
Yeah, because the coaches know.
Because the interns that fill it out for them.
That's the best part. There's coaches on the record.
You think
after they're done coaching, they're like, "Yeah, I didn't vote.
Do you think
I
the
had
coaches
someone
sit
else
there?
in my staff submit it for me."
The coaches sit there and watch all the games
Those
and
late
rank
night
everything.
games. Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, a little West Coast bias there.
Yeah.
They're not
You're
seeing
right.
those teams on the West.
Because
Oregon
as a coach is getting ready on game day and then coaching a 4-hour game,
Yes.
and then after the game doing a press conference and getting on a plane and traveling and watching the
coaches
game.
poll.
They usually watch the game right after when they're on the plane on their way back to
Good
their
old-fashioned
school.
coaches poll.
They're watching all the games. You're right. Yeah.
It's my favorite. I love the coaches
fact
poll.
that we still have that
so
is
awesome.
insane to me.
Well, but I want to be. Let's be the show to never let that die.
The coaches poll?
Yeah, I think we should always have the coaches poll.
We should do the coaches poll brought to you by someone.
Yeah, it's such a sham that the coaches poll is there. And it used to have impact. Like at one time, there would be a coaches poll champion. There would be an AP top 25 champion. And listen, I don't want to go after the journalists because I know Abdalla usually does here on the show.
No, I don't.
I like
love
to
the
support
journos.
Big J journalism, but
They definitely watch all the games.
oh yeah, sure.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
You said
I'm
it, not
sure they're
me.
watching all the games.
You said it, not me.
I watch a lot of college football. I struggle to watch all the games. So come on. Especially if you're someone that's covering games.
A team?
There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, they've got TVs in the media
sure.
room
Yeah.
that show all the games.
Yes. I'm going to make Bleck and Abdalla the show that supports the coaches poll. I think that's it. I
want a little newsboy hat, like a journalist hat that, it says, instead of saying press in the top, it just says coaches poll.
Coaches poll.
Hi, Adam Abdalla representing the coaches poll. I've got a question for you.
We're here to support the coaches poll. It's so great. Bleck Abdalla here.
We go to Greg Sankey's press conference. Hi, Greg, Adam Abdalla, coaches poll.
We're here to support the coaches poll. We would like to
ask him about tortillas.
Leave the poor tortilla guy alone.
Fine, I'll ask him another question, and he'll tell me about the Cubs or something like the ACC commissioner did with Josh Graham, our good friend Josh Graham.
The Big 12 conference in their media day. The poor guy trying to get his question out about Texas Tech. Yes.
Sean Dillon, Rockin' Pregame. Commission, Texas Tech got fined over tortillas.
All right.
And tortillas were banned out.
Hi, I'm Adam Abdalla. I'm here for the coaches poll.
I'm here for the coaches poll.
Come over here to our left, third row, Josh.
Josh Graham, Westwood One Sports.
Oh, Josh, our guy.
In Amelia Island, you were speaking about Clemson Ole Miss and specifically said that there need to be repercussions for improper behavior when it comes to tampering. Obviously, a noteworthy situation with your conference champion and conference national
question.
runner-up. What steps
Thorough.
has the conference
Josh is
taken
thorough.
in trying
Good question.
Great question.
Good question.
handle tampering? What steps can you take?
Great question.
Thanks, Josh. Good to see you. And just by the way, the Cubs beat the Orioles 2 out of 3 recently.
That's not necessary.
That's an unnecessary shot
Those
from
are
the
shots.
ACC commissioner.
Come on, man.
And then Abdalla steps to the mic. Hello.
Why is my voice like that? Why is my voice cracking?
Because I can't do an impression of your normal voice.
Just do it. No, just do it. Just say it. Just say the question.
Hello, I'm here on behalf of the coaches pool commissioner.
Adam Abdalla, coaches pool.
Adam Abdalla here, supporter of the coaches pool. Can we make sure that the coaches poll stays alive? We can't lose the coaches poll.
I think it would be funny if I just went and asked every single coach if they're scared.
OSU paddles, broken always make a rule, has a tradition.
All right, enough with the Texas Tech question.
Lincoln Riley, Adam Abdalla here, Bleck Abdalla Show, coaches poll representative. You scared?
You scared? Not going to make the playoff? You scared?
You scared?
We do have breaking news in the NFL. Adam Schefter reporting the Eagles are signing two-time Pro Bowl selection Jalen Carter to a 4-year, $152 million extension worth up to $160 million, including 106 guaranteed, which now makes him the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history.
Howie Roseman, man.
Carter will now be under contract to the Eagles until the 2031 season. So there you go. That's the latest news in the NFL. The Eagles handing a bag of cash to Jalen Carter. $106 million guaranteed.
Stay in games, okay?
That's amazing.
Jalen Carter, stay in games.
That's incredible.
Stay in games.
We have power rankings with Raj coming up next. We will go with a training camp edition of Power Rankings with Raj, and that's next. When you speed while driving, you have less time to react to whatever comes across your path. A sharp turn could take you by surprise, causing you to veer off the road. Another car could turn out in front of you, leading to a fender bender.
A truck could brake suddenly, injuring you and the other driver. A cyclist could enter the road ahead, and your impact could send them to a hospital. A pedestrian could be walking their dog, and your foot on the gas might lead to a tragedy.
You may not think that any of these things could happen to you, but you won't see them until they happen. When you're speeding, you don't have time to course correct. You don't have time to stop.
And it only takes an instant for a disaster to strike. The speed limit isn't just there to protect you. It's there to protect your passengers, other drivers, cyclists, pedestrians, and everyone sharing the road.
So slow down, obey the law, and help keep everyone around you safe.
Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
The wait is over. Every NFL team is now in training camp. Football is back, and so are the storylines. We'll keep you on top of it all. Happy football season, everybody. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
At this time on a Tuesday, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. Live from Chicago, we go on out to parts unknown in Colorado. That's where we find Raj Sharon.
And the next question comes from the line of Raj Sharan with Westwood One. Please proceed.
Please proceed. Producing the show each and every day, Bleck and Abdalla. It's now time for Power Rankings with Raj. Hello, Raj.
Hello, Bleck. Hello, Abdalla. Power Rankings today. All right, who are the real contenders? No, we're not doing that. We're going to do something.
Oh, I like that voice. Hold on. That's a great voice, Raj. That's outstanding.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know where that one came out, guys. I'm just a big Bleck and Abdalla fan. What else can I say? All right, so what we're doing
Raj,
today.
was I wrong 10 minutes ago when I gave Abdalla, when I was trying to impersonate Abdalla? Was I wrong in going with like teenage
Boy, you went up a couple
voice?
octaves, man. You
Come
went
on, man.
up a few. If you could sing the LeBron James TikTok song that you played earlier with your impersonating Abdalla voice, we'd really be onto
that's
something.
not
We might go
fair.
viral on that.
I can't sing, man. So Abdalla's the singer. Did you know that he was in choir?
Yeah.
He's got a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice.
You know what's funny?
Theater kid.
Can we pause the show for a
Theater
second?
kid?
Can I ask a question? You and I, Raj, I think you'll find this interesting.
Okay.
We will get to power rankings. Trust me. You and I have known each other for over 20 years.
Over.
At least. Like, we're going on 30 years almost.
Probably, yeah.
We've hosted together for a very long time. We've worked together for a very long time. Best friends. We're on Westwood One Sports now.
Yeah.
Look at us. How great is this? On in Chicago for a very long time. Why have you never put your actual singing abilities to use in a bit form for the show? Never, not once. Raj, not once on the Bleck Abdalla show has he ever put together a singing bit on the show.
So he has a superpower and he doesn't use it.
I'm now just, it's a superpower.
Sounds to me like it.
No. Do you want to know the real reason? Cigarettes. I can't sing anymore. It was like a high school thing.
You act like I can't get some cigarettes.
No. Like
give me 5 minutes. I'll run down to the
Like
I
can't sing anymore. Like the voice is like the singing voice.
Raj, are you buying this?
Deteriorated because
I
of
am not
years
buying
of
this.
smoking weed, smoking cigarettes. It's like there's no like the voice got lower, but
you have no range.
I've got no. I was in high school. I was a baritone. So like I wasn't a bass. I wasn't like the lowest of the low, but I was like the second lowest.
Sure.
But yeah, like there's no singing anymore.
I think that beautiful voice is still in there. Just
I think so too. Raj, I think we need to cook up a bit for Abdalla to sing for us.
No, there'd have to be like a karaoke jam or something.
You and Josh Graham singing Wagon Wheel?
Yeah. I'd karaoke.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt power rankings. It's okay. I just thought of it. Of all of this time that we spent together,
I didn't know
has there been a wacky
I didn't know
bit with you
he
singing.
didn't have the confidence anymore.
Well, when you're I was a theater kid.
Oh, you take it too seriously? You can't do wacky bits on the radio?
No. I'm saying choir was like part of it. So like I was in it. I was in choir. I was in theater. So like I was just part of it.
Hey, Bleck, earlier you brought up parents at like Little League and stuff.
Yes.
They got nothing on theater parents. Nothing.
Oh, dude.
Nothing.
Theater parents.
Uh-oh.
Baby. Wow. If your kid doesn't get a part or solo.
That's not
Parents fighting for that solo, aren't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, back to power rankings.
All right, power rankings on a Tuesday.
When I was younger, I really looked forward to Peter King's training camp postcards. Peter King was writing for Sports Illustrated, and he would visit every training camp every summer, and he'd have his little postcard that had like nuggets and his observations that he had from every team, and I loved it. I couldn't wait to get my team, of course, because that's how it works. Oh, what did he think about the Broncos, or for you guys, the Bears? So I thought, instead of just the typical contender, a postcard edition of training camp. So I want you guys to close your eyes and envision you have the opportunity to hop on a plane and go to any of the 32 training camps and check it out. And that is going to be the criteria. That is going to be the prism through which I want you to group these power rankings. So we are going to start today, Abdalla, with sneaky intriguing. What would be a sneaky, intriguing training camp stop for Adam Abdalla to hop on a plane and go check out for a day or two?
I can only pick one.
You can pick multiples.
It's a power ranking.
Yeah, it's power ranking.
Okay. So my first one, I've got two that came to mind right away. My first one is I want to see what Kevin Stefanski can do with Tua Tagovailoa and Michael Penix, assuming Penix is healthy and participating, right? But mostly I want to see, because they brought in Tua himself. Penix was there when Stefanski got there, so he's kind of stuck with him for now. But they brought in Tua specifically on this Kyler Murray type deal. The Dolphins are paying all the money. Tua's got to prove it. He's got to start if he wants to rehab his quarterback image and stay healthy. I want to see what that offense looks like, because I think Stefanski got a horrible deal like the entire time he was in Cleveland. So I want to see what that looks like. The other one is only because I want to see what these press conferences are like. I want to see the relationship between Mike McDaniel and Harbaugh at the LA Chargers. Like those two guys in a room together, because Pete, you said Peter King gets all this access. He gets to be in the room. Like he gets behind the scenes stuff. Those two guys couldn't be more different, but also like weirdly the same at the same time, because they both have very weird press conferences and can go on very weird tangents. about football, but also like about weird things in life. So I think those two are the most intriguing to me. But also, I want to see what McDaniel brings to this offense because I think it can be one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL. And I'm very intrigued by the Chargers.
Okay,
you could also maybe see Madison Beer while you're there. Shout out. She got engaged to Justin Herbert today.
That too.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, Justin Herbert, long and athletic.
Easy.
He's a tall quarterback. What do you mean easy on that? Are you
Chris
familiar
Black.
with? Is Abdalla familiar with Madison Beer's work? What does she bring to the table?
I mean, I've seen her.
Oh no, you don't know the songs?
Oh, I've heard her try to sing.
Try to sing.
Oh wow.
Would you take her or Addison? Who's the TikTok girl? Addison Rae?
Oh, can I?
She's
punt?
a singer too.
Can I punt? I mean,
no.
Her
She's got
or
the Pepsi song.
What about her or pre-cigarettes Adam Abdalla?
Breathy pop stars? I don't know, man. They're both.
Adam Abdalla, are you a breathy pop star?
That's what I specialized in. Yeah.
Okay. To answer Raj's question here in the
we
power
are so
rankings,
off the rails here. We haven't made it out of the first power ranking.
It's great. It's the best. 3 teams came to mind immediately. 1, Jacksonville. I think what's sneaky intriguing is that I'm guessing a lot of people think that they'll take a step back this upcoming season. So I want to see what's going on in Jacksonville because I want to see if Liam Cohen in year 2 with Trevor Lawrence in that offense, if they can improve on the regular season from last year, 13-4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go Jacksonville. I'm going to go Washington because I think this is going to be a big year for the Commanders. And there's a lot of different storylines, and I'm interested in seeing the Commanders because they're one of those teams where if they get off to a good start, you can make a case like, oh, we should have seen them as a playoff team all along. And then off the radar, sneaky, intriguing team, I would want to head down to Louisiana and see what's up with the Saints and see if the Saints can put together a season this year and surprise people and be that team that goes from worst to first. So I'm going to say Jacksonville. I'm going to say Washington. I'm going to say the New Orleans Saints.
Head on down to the Big Easy and watch Tyler shuck it around. All right, I like where you went there. Right. Okay, next up on our postcard edition of Power Rankings. Only there to watch one thing. You're at your training camp spot, and there ain't nothing else to see but one thing and one thing alone. Chris Bleck, where are you going and what are you watching?
All right, I've got 2 on the list. One is I'm going to Chiefs camp, and I am locking in on Mahomes and his legs. That's it. The only thing I'm doing is I'm watching.
Staring at that knee.
I'm just looking at the knee, and I'm just making sure that Mahomes and that leg looks right. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm traveling up to Lake Forest, Illinois, and I'm going to go to Bears camp to see if the talent on the roster can figure out how to get after the quarterback. Okay. So I'm only watching the defensive ends practice.
You're not watching Caleb Williams. You're not watching Ben Johnson in that offense.
Raj, we're good.
Caleb's money, man.
We're money with the offense, as Abdalla would say. We're good with the offense. We need to figure out if someone can get after the quarterback. So that's what I'm watching. I'm focused in right there to see if one of those players who's on the depth chart can rise above the others.
Adam Abdalla.
Right, I've got 2, and they're both kind of like Chris's. I'm going up and I'm staring and I'm just watching one thing.
Okay.
I am going to, and they couldn't be
easy.
They couldn't be more polar opposite places. I'm going to Minnesota, and I'm going to be watching Kyler Murray. And I'm going to be watching just Kyler Murray because we know JJ's.
You're not watching 9?
No, I'm not watching 9.
I'm
going to be watching 9 hand people water.
So you're going to watch the starter.
Yeah. I'm going to be watching Kyler Murray, and I'm going to go to the polar opposite of Minnesota. I'm going to go to Sin City, and I'm going to go to Las Vegas, and I'm going to be watching Fernando Mendoza, and I'm going to be watching nothing but Fernando Mendoza and seeing if he can win that job.
All right, getting those reps with the 2s. All right, next up in our training camp postcard edition, boring isn't bad. You know, it may not be the most exciting trip, but doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad team. What's your boring, but it's not bad training camp trip, Abdalla?
I think you can stay in two places in the NFC West. Just stay out west. I think Seattle and LA. I think the two teams that are going to battle it out for the NFC West title. Boring doesn't mean bad. We know what these teams are going to be. We know they're going to be the best of the best. We know they might meet up again in the NFC Championship game, that these two teams might be the best thing the NFC has to offer. And I don't think maybe Aaron Donald showing back up to LA might be the most exciting thing. Maybe Puka Nacua getting an extension. It might be an exciting thing. But other than that, there hasn't really been anything exciting about Seattle. There hasn't been, Myles Garrett is obviously exciting for the Rams, but other than that, yes, it's very exciting, but that's it's good football. There's not going to be anything crazy that happens. So I'm just going to stay out west and go with Seattle and LA. And hopefully those two camps just run smooth and everybody stays healthy and they're just really good.
Okay, I've got one, and I'm traveling to White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia.
Ooh.
And that is where the New York Football Giants are holding their training camp.
Oh, boy.
The New York Giants.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Giants have a boring camp. That's where I'm going to witness that. So I'm going to go to...
Can you believe it?
See the Giants training camp.
The New York Giants.
Can you believe it? All right.
That's my answer.
It's a good answer. Solid answer there. Okay, last week when we were talking about LeBron James, there was a movie that you guys couldn't think of the title of that he had appeared in that, you're like, he wasn't terrible in that one. And that movie, the title was Trainwreck. So along those lines, I will ask you guys in terms of your training camp, your postcard edition, what training camp are you headed to that, man, this thing is going to be a train wreck? It's going to be like that accident you can't look away from, Bleck. Where are you going to see a train wreck across the 32 NFL camps?
Yeah, I don't want to pile on and be mean to our great listeners in Ohio.
Oh, come on.
But the Cleveland training camp with the Browns, it's going to be a train wreck.
Monken there getting a haircut. What kind of haircut you think he got for camp?
Every day you'll have the back and forth and you'll have the updates.
I was just trying to get a sweet haircut.
And every day you're going to have Watson got this many reps. Shadur got this many reps. Oh, someone threw a pick. Oh, he threw 2 touchdowns. It's going to be a mess.
So I was just trying to get a sweet haircut.
I will guarantee it right now on the show. There is no way by the time we get to the end of training camp that people are going to be saying, watch out for the Browns as the surprise team in the AFC this year. That ain't happening. So I'm going to go with the Browns as the train wreck team.
Adam Abdalla, your training camp train wreck postcard is where?
How do I say this without getting in trouble?
Oh, yes, just rip it. Just say it, man.
Unfortunately, when trains wreck, there are a lot of injuries.
Oh, boy. I know where he's going.
And the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Are riddled with injuries.
They lost 4 players.
They
lost 4 players yesterday.
They had 4 injuries on the first day. The first day. I told you back in February I was out on this team. February. Okay?
Yeah, no, I know.
Never wrong, just early. I'm out on this team. They're dropping like flies already, man.
The substation has already claimed 4 victims, 1 practice in.
I'm sorry. I'm out on the 49ers.
I'm sorry.
I'm out. I can't do it. 49ers.
I'm out on the 49ers.
All right, guys. And finally, our final training camp postcard edition. We call this one Get the Popcorn. This is just going to be a great training camp visit all the way around. Can't wait to take it all in. If I was to come up with an alternate name than Get the Popcorn, let's call this The Odyssey. The Odyssey Training Camp Edition. Where are you going, Adam Abdalla?
It's one team, right?
It's Chicago.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Okay.
Oh.
Wow. Didn't see that.
It's Caleb Williams. It's
you're being serious.
It's going up north.
Wow.
It's the Bears. No, and I think there's it's Dallas for me. It's Dallas.
Okay.
It's Dallas. It's Dak Prescott. It's CeeDee Lamb. It's Pickens, who reported, who's playing under the franchise tag. Everybody seems to think that this is not going to work. That Pickens is at some point going to be like, nope, not going to play.
He'll work for 1 year.
Okay, that's fine. That's all it has. The franchise tag is literally 1 year. That's all it has to work. And if they win, they win. And I think it's going to work well. And I think they're going to be a great offense for 1 year. That's all they have to be. I think Dallas is going to be really good this year. So I'm going to say Dallas.
All right, Chris Bleck, the odyssey of training camps. Get the popcorn.
I thought we were going to say the same team. It's the Los Angeles Rams.
I already used the Rams.
Well, you can, it's your power rankings. Do what you like. It's the Rams. Come on, they're the show of the training camp in the offseason. It's going to be the LA Rams. That's the team. That's the squad.
Technically the show, I think, is the Seahawks because that's Hard Knocks. But
semantics at that point. Well, that does it for our training camp postcard edition of a bunch of places we're not going, but if we did go, that's what our postcards would look like. Thank you, fellas.
Raj, I love it. I think you gave us a great idea. I think instead of 32 storylines in 32 days next year, I think we should go to every camp next year. Bleck Abdalla. I think we should go on a road trip. The two of us. We'll pick up Raj on our way out.
On behalf of the coaches poll?
Yeah, to promote the coaches poll, we'll pick up Raj on our way out.
What's Abdalla going to eat in every city? Are we doing the soup of the city?
Oh, yeah, soup of the city.
Think about that. Think about the content that could come from that.
Soup in every city? Are you kidding me?
How great would that be? Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. Thank you, Raj.
32 soups in 32 days.
Yeah, right? I think that would be outstanding. I think that's great. Thank you, Raj. Wonderful. There's Power Rankings here on a Tuesday, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. Last Friday, LeBron James signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. Who's the best free agent available still in the NBA? Like, what the teams that missed out on LeBron, is there one guy that they could go after to kind of not necessarily replace LeBron, but it could be like the diet version of LeBron as they're trying to build the championship? There's one name that's out there. We'll tell you about that next.
Less than 1 week until the MLB trade deadline. Buyers, sellers, contenders, pretenders. Who could be on the move? The lines are about to be drawn. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
LeBron James signed on Friday with the 76ers, so the teams that missed out on LeBron are now searching. Like, if you were expecting LeBron James to sign with your team, if you're Cleveland, if you're Denver, if you're Miami, you have a hole missing on the roster that you were hoping that LeBron could fill that spot. Per Shams Charania, ESPN says that the Cavs, the Nuggets, and the Heat have all expressed interest in DeMar DeRozan, which I'm not trying to take a shot at DeRozan, but it really is. If you signed DeRozan and you missed out on LeBron, it's like you got diet LeBron. DeRozan's still a very good player, but he's not LeBron James.
No, he's not. He's not. And I think that, look, it's a fine consolation prize, I guess. I mean, is he starting for any of these teams? Probably not.
Maybe Miami.
Yeah, Miami doesn't have much besides Giannis, Bam. So, yeah, okay, maybe Miami. The Cavs and the Nuggets, no. He's not starting for the Cavs and the Nuggets. He's probably coming off the bench. So, I would say the best chance he probably has to win, if that's what he's looking for, like LeBron was looking for, I would say obviously Nuggets, maybe Cavs, and then Heat in that order.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think when you, I guess Miami, you're not going to start Wiggins over DeRozan.
Probably not.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of up in the air. I would find it tough to believe the way that Cleveland has played the last couple of years with that starting five, if he would start in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, DeRozan's a really good player. At this stage of his career, can really give you some good minutes and buckets too. You know, he's someone that steps on the floor and he's scoring points. He's not really facilitating at all. He's not really known to be a defensive player either. And it does hurt him, and it's sometimes just the reputation, but he doesn't shoot from three.
No.
So he doesn't stretch the floor. And if you're someone like, you're looking at it from Miami's perspective, having another player that operates in the same space in the front court that Giannis would operate in, I don't know if that would be ideal either.
No, it's not. And that's why I put Miami, down at the bottom. I think for him, and also just because, I just don't think that they have the best chance at winning a title. We said that going into LeBron's free agency that Philly and Denver gave him the best chance to win a title.
Yeah.
Well, Philly's not an option anymore for DeMar, so I would think that Denver would probably be the best option for him to try to win any semblance of a title. But out west, it's tough because you have to go up against, San Antonio and Oklahoma City, which is extremely tough.
Last night in Major League Baseball, was watching Baltimore at Detroit. The Orioles win 8-5. In the game, what's notable, though, is the broadcast and the game itself had a squirrel delay.
The chase for the squirrel is on, and the squirrel is in the corner, and the squirrel is still eluding an entire horde of grounds crew members. And the squirrel's free once again. Hemmed in? No, I won't be hemmed in. I have freedom on my mind. Trying to go between the legs, and eventually he gets away again and hops through the towel and hops through another towel.
So there's Jason Benetti on the call for the Tigers as they had a legitimate squirrel delay in the Orioles and Tigers game last night. I'm counting 15 grounds crew members are out on the field trying to wrangle a little black squirrel. Poor little guy.
What's crazy to me is the amount of people trying to wrangle a squirrel, okay, which is fine. I understand using a towel. You drop the towel on top of him. You try to wrangle him that way. What I don't understand are the guys that are trying to grab the squirrel barehanded. You're gonna
grab the tail?
You're going to get bit, man.
Yeah.
You know what those squirrels have?
Well, I mean, they're rodents.
You want to get rabies?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but it's a ballpark squirrel.
What do you mean it's a ballpark squirrel?
It's not just a...
chew marks and even the makings of a cozy den.
Yeah,
ravenous rodents.
It's not one of those wild squirrels.
No,
it's a ballpark squirrel.
No, you're getting rabies, man.
I don't know. At the ballpark?
What's the difference between a ballpark squirrel and a rabies squirrel? You're getting rabies.
Well, it's not in the song. There's no Cracker Jacks and bubble gum and baseball and rabies. That's
Buy me
not
some
a part
peanuts
of it.
and Cracker Jacks. I don't know if the squirrel will give me rabies.
Yes, I don't. That's not a part of the bit.
Well, yeah, that's why they had to delay the game. It's not part of the game.
The chase for the squirrel is on, and the squirrel is in the corner, and the squirrel is...
Well, you're right. The guys that were trying to grab it barehanded, that's the best.
I don't get that, man. You're gonna get bit. You're gonna have to go to you're gonna have to get a bunch of rabies shots. I don't know how many shots you get for rabies these days.
While we're playing squirrels on the field, we do have to play our very own Kevin Harlan for Westwood One Sports on an NFL call with the cat on the field. Do you remember this?
He's walking to the 3. He's at the 2. And the cat is in the CDW red zone. CDW, people who get it now, a policeman, a state trooper is
the sponsor
read
too.
The cat runs into the end zone. That is a touchdown. And the cat is elusive, kind of like Barkley and Elliott. But he didn't know where to go. Look at, they're trying to corner him. And they got him in the end zone. There are state troopers all around this cat, which now climbs up into the stands. And the fans are running for their life. Now it goes back on the field again. And it's running in the back of the end zone. And it runs up the tunnel.
Helmet sticker to Kevin Harlan. The best.
The best at getting a sponsor read into.
Will Baker Mayfield get a new deal? We'll talk about that coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, SiriusXM, channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. Live from Chicago each and every day, it's Bleck and Abdalla on the air until 3 Eastern, and then Jim Rome will take over right here on Westwood One. We'll get you on the air if you call or text us at 310-840-4910. Every team in the NFL by the end of today will be in training camp. We've made it. Training camp has started around the National Football League. The biggest story out of today is that, according to ESPN and sources around Baker Mayfield, the Bucs and Baker Mayfield have no real progress on a new contract. Baker is in camp. He reported today, but there's no new progress on a new deal for Baker Mayfield. And really, sifting through all the different things that are taking place today with all the different teams reporting to the camp, that does seem like the biggest headline so far today of what we've seen at NFL training camps.
Well, yeah, because you're looking around the NFL. Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle for the Eagles, just got a huge payday, making him the highest paid defensive tackle in the NFL. You're looking at the Bucs too, with Vita Vea yesterday. Their defensive tackle requesting a trade because they couldn't get a deal done. It seems like the Bucs and their two biggest pending free agents with Vita Vea and Baker Mayfield couldn't get this offseason any deal done. You would think that at least one out of the two would get something done. And now one of them, Vita Vea, has requested a trade, and Baker Mayfield, according to ESPN, will play the final year of his deal as is, and also has said that if he doesn't reach a deal by next offseason, he's willing to play on the franchise tag if the Bucs decide to use it, which would be around probably $50 million considering how much the cap would go up next season, which is fine. You know, Baker Mayfield is a guy that has bet on himself and performs really well when he bets on himself. It's just surprising that the Bucs would do this, considering that Baker Mayfield is the best free agent out there, would be the best free agent quarterback out there. They're not really in a position to draft a quarterback. It's not like they're a team that is bad besides Baker Mayfield. They're not going to be looking at a top 5 pick. They were among the teams in their division that were 8-9. They didn't make the playoffs. The Panthers made the playoffs, but they were a game away from making the playoffs. You know, they're a team that right now a lot of people are picking to make the playoffs if the season were to start right now. And I think if you're a team that's in that situation, other teams that are in that situation, like the Steelers, like the Falcons, that could be looking at alternatives to drafting a quarterback next season, would love Baker Mayfield to hit free agency next season.
Yeah.
And would absolutely go and offer Baker Mayfield a contract if the Bucs decide not to franchise him and let him go. And so I'm very surprised that we've gotten to this point with an entire offseason to negotiate this deal, and it comes down to him playing without a contract unless Mayfield is asking to be paid like a top of the market annual average quarterback, like, you know, Mahomes or Dak, and he wants to reset the market because he knows he has all the leverage in this situation.
Mahomes, $64 million a year. Dak Prescott, $60 million a year. And then there's a bunch of guys at 55. The players at 55, you have Stafford, Lawrence, Love, Allen, Burrow. And then right below that, at 53, that's Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Justin Herbert. So, you know, if you're someone like Baker Mayfield's agent, and you look at those quarterbacks, and you're just doing straight comparisons, the name of Brock Purdy getting $53 million a year would come up in the conversation. I would also pull the Eagles giving Jalen Hurts $51 a year as a comparison. You know, you could make the argument, the stats, I'm guessing blindly looking at it, Herbert probably has better stats. He hasn't accomplished what Mayfield's done.
No.
Right? Like Mayfield's gone to the playoffs. So if you're looking at Justin Herbert getting $52.5 million a year, Baker's probably in that group, right? From somewhere between $52 million and $55.
Well, also,
he's not better than Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. He's not Dak Prescott, even though Dak hasn't accomplished anything either. But I don't think he gets top of the level money. He's got to shoot for the 53 range. Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Justin Herbert.
Here's the problem. If you're the Bucs, and let's say you win 8 games again, but you don't make the playoffs, right? You're picking high teens, somewhere around there. You're not in the mix for one of these top 3 or 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Maybe not the top 3 quarterbacks in this next draft that's supposed to be a historic draft. You're not getting Arch Manning. You're not getting Dante Moore. You're not even going to get whoever surprises people and ends up rising up the draft boards, right? So whatever you do in that high teens range is going to be taking a flyer on someone that you hope to develop. And let's say this does happen. You don't make the playoffs. Odds are you're firing Todd Bowles You're moving on.
Probably.
You're hiring a new head coach. It's probably going to be an offensive-minded head coach because you're going to want to draft a quarterback if you decide to move on from Baker Mayfield. And you're going to be starting over. When you've got a team that if you win 8 or 9 games and miss the playoffs, that is a team that is a decent quarterback away from still competing again. So why wouldn't you just sign a known commodity? Baker Mayfield is a known commodity. You know what you're getting out of Baker. Because again, if Baker were on the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers was on the Bucs and he had announced, like he said today, I know for sure I'm done at the end of this season.
Yeah, right.
And this was the Steelers not getting a deal done with Baker Mayfield. I would say to the Bucs, hey, guess what? At the end of the season, the Steelers aren't going to get a deal done with Baker Mayfield. Go out and sign Baker Mayfield. Don't play around and try to draft someone and develop. Go out and just sign the known commodity. So I feel like that's what's going on here. And I just don't, unless he's asking, we don't know what he's asking for. Unless he wants to reset the market, he's asking for $60 million, he's asking for $65, he wants to be the highest paid guy, which he might be. In that case, I get it, but I don't know if he is. If he's not, then I feel like there's some negotiation to be made.
All right, 2 thoughts that I have for you. One, from the Vita Vea conversation that was mentioned just a couple moments ago, requesting the trade. I feel like the NFL, more than any other sport, the requesting of a trade by a player who's not a quarterback is just a ploy to get your money. Like in the NBA, when you pull that card, you get traded. Like it's rare that the guy just stays and it's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the NFL, especially with defensive players, I request a trade and then a week later, we've agreed to terms on a new contract. Okay. We're back in the mix. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I feel like Vita Vea, it could be one of those scenarios where he's saying it now, and at some point he gets a new deal, and then he's locked in.
He's 31.
Yeah, but am I wrong with that observation? Like, I feel like the NFL, guys are always requesting trades, and then you blink, and then they get a new deal from the team that they requested the trade for, and they're happy. They're okay. Because it's all just like in the NBA, it's about personalities meshing. It's about, do I get enough playing time, all this stuff. In the NFL, the trade request is specifically, I want more money. That's it. Guys don't care. There's 53 dudes in the locker room, all right? Like it's not the same as basketball, right? Like so like to me, the trade request from a defensive player in the NFL is definitely something that is just being done. And if he gets his money, he'll be fine. He'll fit right back in with his squad. And I feel like players know. Like in the NBA, you do that. Now the guys are like, well, I don't want this guy around here because he requested a trade. He doesn't want to play with us. Right? Like, I feel like it's a different thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other item with the Baker Mayfield is, I think for them, it's the smart play for the Buccaneers would be, don't cave yet. Play Baker under the contract he has right now. Franchise tag him next year. And if he balls out for 2 years, give him a new deal. Like, it doesn't really hurt Tampa Bay outside of possibly souring the relationship. But I kind of feel like Baker Mayfield, since the sources on ESPN.com are saying he'd be willing to play on the franchise tag for $50 million next year. Yeah, I think the dude is a gamer. And so, like, I don't think that would necessarily affect. Now, is he happy he doesn't have a long-term deal? Sure.
Look, I would rather not have the most important player to my franchise coming into the building every day pissed off. That's just how I would not want to operate my team. That's just me.
But is that how he's going to operate? I don't know if that's how Baker Mayfield's going to work. I think once you get into the season, he's going to be a good teammate and a focused player.
I understand that. But in the back of your mind, it's always going to be there.
Sure.
It's always going to be there.
But that's their choice.
I get it.
They could also give him a new deal and then not have to worry about that.
For sure they could. But in the back of Baker's mind, it's always going to be there that he doesn't have a contract next season and they could let him walk. If he has a season-ending injury that they don't know, that if he tears an ACL, we don't know how he's going to come back. If he has a ruptures an Achilles, we don't know how he's going to come back.
Don't do that to our guy.
I don't want to do that to our guy.
Okay, so you mentioned Aaron Rodgers just a moment ago.
Yeah.
The thing that it just sticks out to me because you and I were at the draft in Pittsburgh, and we were there for, 2.5, 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
It still sticks out in my mind that we were in Pittsburgh for the draft at NFL festivities for fans to celebrate the NFL draft in Pittsburgh, and we saw no Aaron Rodgers Steelers jerseys.
Yeah.
It's still, whenever he comes up, the first thing I think of is walking around downtown Pittsburgh with you and Raj and not seeing a single Rodgers jersey the time that we were there for an NFL event.
Mm-hmm.
We were there for an NFL event. People were tailgating on the Thursday of the first round at 9 a.m. The draft wasn't held until 8 Eastern. And people were tailgating underneath that bridge. Remember the bridge? We drove under that bridge, and people were under there grilling?
Well,
they're grilling brats and sausages, having a great time.
I think the Steelers have, obviously, 1,000 Hall of Fame players, right?
Yeah. It's just
But
strange.
to me, it's...
You don't see it.
It's always like the kids that get the newest player.
Yeah.
And I didn't see any... We saw a lot of, like the NFL does a great job of putting on events for kids, like the punt pass and all that kind of stuff. And there's all these events for kids going on, meet and greets with players and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't see any of them wearing like Aaron Rodgers jerseys. Like they had newer players, like a ton of DK Metcalf jerseys.
Didn't we see a Mason Rudolph jersey?
We saw a few Mason Rudolph jerseys.
We saw a bunch of bad Steelers backup jerseys.
We saw a ton of DK Metcalf jerseys and not a single Aaron Rodgers jersey.
Charlie Batch, was that one?
Yep, yeah.
For the Steelers back in the day? He played for the Lions too, but didn't we see a Batch
Didn't we see
jersey?
a Leftwich jersey?
Oh, we definitely saw a Leftwich, no doubt.
Yeah, we saw some bad jerseys, man. But no Aaron Rodgers jerseys. Because I think they know, they didn't know if he was coming back this year.
I mean, I guess.
You can invest. Jerseys are expensive these days.
Yeah, Charlie Batch, number 16 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, he was there for a long time as a backup.
There you go.
He was there for most of the time that Roethlisberger was there as a backup. 2003 to 2012.
Jerseys are investments these days, man. You can't just be throwing away that money on a guy you don't know if he's going to be there after a year.
Well, you could also go no name.
You could go no name.
You could be one of those guys, no name jersey.
You could.
You can't go NFL jersey, no name on the back, no number.
That's weird.
That's not right. You can't do that.
You can get away with that in baseball.
Soccer. That's why I thought of it.
You
Because
can
in
get
soccer,
soccer for sure.
You can do no name, no number.
Basically a T-shirt.
Yeah,
You can get away with that.
You can get a kit with with no number on it.
I just did that. I just did that for the Egyptian team during the World Cup.
You don't want to support someone specifically?
No, because I was going to get a
Mamouche?
Which no, I was not going to get a Marmouche jersey. He was really bad. I was going to get a Mohamed Salah jersey. The problem here's I got screwed because I was going to get a Mohamed Salah one, but it would have taken longer. But then the shipping ended up getting delayed anyway, and I didn't get it till after the World Cup was over anyway. So I might as well have just gotten the Mohamed Salah jersey anyway. So, it came like a week after the World Cup was over. I got it 4 days ago. So I might as well have just gotten the Mohamed Salah jersey and just paid and just waited because it didn't the delay in shipping didn't matter. I felt it showed up and I was like, this would have been cool 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when it was supposed to get here.
That's why I don't buy anything.
It was just so disappointing. Because I like the jersey. I'm gonna keep it and obviously I'm gonna wear it. I like it. But I should have just gotten the Salah jersey.
You can call the show at 310-840-4910. We go to Mitch in New Jersey. You're on with Bleck Abdalla. What's up, Mitch?
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
You mentioned DeMar DeRozan. I'm shocked that he's still available. Two things: Kings couldn't get anything for him, and he should be a Laker. I mean, they couldn't. I guess they can't will in Kuminga. He's insulted $10 million a year, so Lakers still have to do something about small forward. And I guess $10 million is a lot of money to most people, but Kuminga is different. He thinks he's better than he is. Doesn't show him much, really. It's just potential.
Yeah, thank you for the call, Mitch. Appreciate it. Call again, all right, my man? I would say this with DeMar DeRozan to the Lakers. The one thing without looking at it, off the top of my head, the Lakers have signed a lot of players here in the offseason. I think the Lakers have signed more players in this free agent period than any other team in the league.
Well, yeah, they signed a bunch of dudes, though. Like, it's not like
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
that's
no,
like,
no.
this is going to make the team that much better. It's just like, here are bodies.
Well, and they're adding Walker Kessler to the squad. So, I mean, they are going to be a better team, but they've got so many different players, and they were adding, like, Quentin Grimes added to the team. Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. They're just like guys. DeMar DeRozan would fit, especially off the bench for the Lakers. So, I mean, Mitch has an idea there. That's not a terrible idea. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Hanging out with you until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. We have the summer of football coming up. We have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Who will play the hardest schedule this upcoming season? We'll tell you coming up next.
The NBA has reshaped in one summer. LeBron and Jaylen Brown are in Philly. Giannis is headed to Miami. Paul George is a Celtic. And that's just the Eastern Conference. Who will challenge the Knicks for the NBA crown? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Every team in the NFL will report to training camp by the end of today.
Football's back.
Baby.
Part 1 of 5.
Part 1 of 5. You'll hear football is back many times over the next month or so.
Yeah.
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. As we continue to count down the days to the start of the football season, we bring to you a segment we call the Summer of Football.
I proclaim this the summer of
Football!
What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys. We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
The Summer of Football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Westwood One Sports, your home for the NFL. We are 43 days away from the start of the NFL season.
Ooh, matriculating our way through the summer.
43. Today, here on the Summer of Football, let's take a look at Warren Sharp. He posted on social media today on his sharpfootballanalysis.com the hardest and the easiest schedules in the NFL this upcoming season. So he has pulled the latest odds to correctly reflect the opinions on teams around the NFL and to chart them with the 5 easiest and the 5 hardest schedules in the NFL this upcoming season. The hardest team schedules. Here you go. Here are the teams that are facing the toughest schedules. Number 5, the Cowboys. Number 4, the Commanders. Number 3, the Panthers. Number 2, the Dolphins. And number 1, the Arizona Cardinals, which would play into the conversation that we think that the Cardinals and the Dolphins will be the 2 worst teams in football, and they have the 2 hardest schedules heading into this season, which would lead us to believe that they will be picking either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 in this year's upcoming draft.
Yeah, and this was adjusted too. So we talked about this before a few months ago when Warren Sharp put this out, and this has been adjusted the last few days because the odds have changed, because teams have made trades, teams have had injuries, a lot of things have changed. And so the biggest change in this group that you just read were the Dolphins. The Dolphins weren't in the 5 toughest schedules, and now they are.
And then they signed Malik Willis to be their quarterback.
Well, no, I don't know if it was that or if it was their opponents that they faced made some changes. And now,
you know what it is. It's an obvious move to the division. A.J. Brown goes to the Patriots, and now all of a sudden the Patriots are a tougher team than what we thought they would be.
That's exactly it. And now they have to face them twice, and so that becomes immensely harder for them. And so,
and think about the other team, the very worst team. What was the biggest move in this offseason?
Absolutely.
It was Myles Garrett going to the Rams.
Yeah.
Cardinals are in the Rams division.
That affects another team that had the biggest move in this Warren Sharp's article as well.
All right, so that's the teams facing the toughest schedules, the hardest. Who are the teams with the easiest schedule? Because this could come into play and trying to figure out if teams could be sneaky playoff teams or if they're going to win a conference, get themselves to the playoffs. Here are the teams, the 5 easiest schedules going into this NFL season. Number 5, the Ravens. Number 4, the Jets. Number 3, the Saints. Number 2, the Bengals. Number 1, the Detroit Lions. Now, my takeaway here is it's going to be a bounce back year for a Lions team that still won 9 games last year. So I'm guessing the Lions will win 11, maybe 12. I think they're going to get back to being the best team, trying to be the best team in the conference. That's what I'm guessing the Lions will be in this upcoming season. Cincinnati, this is do or die, man.
Yeah.
You have one of the easiest schedules. You've got good players on both sides of the ball. You trade for Dexter Lawrence. Joe Burrow's ready to go with 2 stud wide receivers. The Bengals have to win their division. They have to do it. And the Ravens, who make a big move in the offseason as well, a Super Bowl contending team, they have an easy schedule. So the Ravens and the Bengals going head-to-head with these cupcake schedules here will be fascinating to watch.
Well, the Bengals had the biggest move in this, and why is that? Well, they faced the Browns twice. The Browns no longer have Myles Garrett. They faced the Dolphins, and they faced the Bucks, and so that had the biggest move, and so that's why the Bengals have moved up in this. Another team that we didn't mention in this list that had a large move, and it was the Green Bay Packers. Had a big move. They went from the middle, right around 17. They had the 17th easiest schedule. So right in the middle. They dropped to 24 because they play the Lions twice, the Cowboys, the Rams, who added Myles Garrett, and the Texans. Those 4 teams rank in the top 6 of teams whose win totals have been bet most towards the over since June, is what Warren Sharp writes. So the Packers, who are in the Lions division, obviously, had the biggest shift out of anybody since Warren Sharp adjusted his easiest and toughest schedules here.
And Micah Parsons will start the season on PUP for the Green Bay Packers. So that's the latest. That's our Summer of Football segment today. Day 43 until the start of the football season. Yeah, the Lions, like the thing about the Lions, right? Like their schedule is easy. And nothing really happened in division to affect or change the easy schedule. And therefore, the Lions are setting themselves up for a playoff run.
Yeah.
And to be one of the best teams in the conference. So there you go. There's Warren Sharp, the hardest and easiest schedules heading into the football season. Summer of Football on Bleck Abdalla, day 43. We have news from ESPN. Shams Charania reporting Draymond Green has agreed to a return to Golden State on a 1-year, $27.7 million deal. So Draymond tried his hardest to get LeBron into the mix, and he's just going back to Golden State, and the Warriors have done nothing.
Well, and
they've just re-signed their players who were not good enough last year.
It's funny because it's the same amount of money that he opted out of to go and tell LeBron he'll take less.
Sure.
So he was just like, I guess I'm coming back for the same amount of money because I told LeBron I would take less, and he said thanks, but no thanks.
And he didn't tell LeBron anything because his agent is Rich Paul. So Rich Paul is conducting all of this business.
Yes.
And if you connect all the dots with the Sixers and LeBron and how he got there, Tyrese Maxey, who is also a clutch sports player. It's Rich Paul pulling the strings and organizing all of this stuff in the NBA. So there's the latest. Congratulations, Golden State. Your team is in the retirement home, and poor Steph Curry is going to sink with the ship with them.
The problem is Steph is such a good guy and good to the team and such a good representative of the team. He would never pull the trade me to a contender. And I've got a few years left here. I need to win, do something, or I'm out, right? He's not going to do that. And so he's just going to put up with this, and they're not going to do anything. and they're going to be at the bottom of the playoffs or a play-in team because they're going to be good enough to make the playoffs. Like they're gonna make the playoffs. They're going to be a play-in team, whatever. They're not going to win anything.
We'll see how Jimmy Butler comes back.
Yeah, and Steph is just going to be like, okay, but like he's not going to be the type of guy that's like, trade me to Miami or trade me to. No, he's not.
He should be able to finish his career with the Golden State Warriors.
He wants to finish his career with Golden State, and they're not going to do anything to build around him again and try to give him a good team to compete with the Spurs or the Thunder on the way out. And that's unfortunate.
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. So there you go. Draymond back with the Warriors. It's now time for a quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA. When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit. Keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Oh, the long national nightmare is finally over for the Miami Marlins as they walk it off against the Phillies to snap their 12-game skid. The news was not as good for the Yankees as they will be without all-star outfielder Cody Bellinger, who will be out 4 to 6 weeks due to a grade 2 left hamstring strain. The biggest star in baseball yesterday was a squirrel. We heard from that.
Yes, we
did. On the field. He was too fast.
Yes, he was.
And furious.
Yes, the squirrel.
Eluding an entire horde of grounds crew members. And the squirrel's free once again. Hemmed in? No, I won't be hemmed in. I have freedom on my mind. Trying to go between the legs. And eventually he gets away again. And hops through the towel. And hops through another towel.
Jason Benetti on the call on the Tigers broadcast.
He was too speedy in the Tigers and Orioles game.
Yes, it was. The squirrel is outstanding. And all the guys trying to barehand the squirrel.
Dude. Put on some
with
gloves.
A paw.
You're going to get bit.
There you go. A quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA. When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit. Keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. So Draymond is back with the Warriors. LeBron signed with the Sixers on Friday. You know, Philly fans are, I think, mixed emotions about it. Like, I think they're excited that their team is going to be a championship-level team, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. No more crying after playoff losses to the Knicks.
But I love Joel,
Yeah.
and I hope he stays.
Could
I
still
love
be.
the whole team.
Yeah.
They did amazing, but it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is. It really is. It's just heartbreaking. Well, now she has LeBron. That was a Philly fan on local TV after the Sixers lost to the Knicks in the playoffs. Philly fans are now posting videos online of songs dedicated to LeBron James. That's how excited they are that LeBron is now joining the Sixers. Take a listen. What is this? Oh, no. So that's going around.
I love that one.
It's viral on social media.
I love that one.
I saw it on TikTok yesterday. This video is all over. The people are now making videos off of the video.
I love that one.
With this song.
I love that one. I love that one. Love that one.
So all kinds of fans are making songs. So that's Man in the Mirror. That's what that song is to. How about this fan song, Promiscuous? Remember this song? Yeah, this. Oh, jeez. This is bad. Mr. LeBron.
So bad. At one point, did he say you got good grades?
I don't know. Maybe is he talking about his school?
I think so.
The LeBron James school?
That's okay. That's fine.
Are they
Okay.
getting good grades?
I don't know.
Is that something that's out there?
I don't know, man.
You know,
That's
so,
horrible.
So there's all kinds of fan songs that are out there. There have been songs about LeBron James for years.
Mm-hmm.
How about this song that I saw on the algorithm yesterday as well? This goes back to 2024. This is a tough listen. If you are the one that makes it, if you're the one making
I
the
gotta
song,
listen to it.
You do, but it's.
I gotta listen to it.
Oh boy.
You're my gold and my king that I glaze.
What?
No matter what, I still love you every day.
Oh,
You'll
jeez.
always be the face of the NBA. And I didn't want to write a song, cause I didn't want anyone thinking I'm rooting for 2-3 if it's not my baby.
Okay, all right. Do you call your favorite player of all time your baby?
No.
Whoa, what the hell?
No.
All I want to do is glaze LeBron.
Oh, all right. All you want to do is glaze LeBron.
All right.
No, I wouldn't do anything different if I had a redo. Bron's the GOAT that I chose. The haters don't like you, but they hate everyone. And they never like to admit it when they wrong.
That's disgusting.
Why is every
I can't.
fan so old? They're no good at letting go, and I won't fold because I know LeBron's the GOAT.
Is that a shot at us? That those who don't agree about being a GOAT, that we're old? Is that it? Because
yes,
we're
it
in our
is.
40s and we've
Yeah.
seen Jordan play?
Yeah, it
Because we
is.
understand the history of ball?
And if you don't think that
Oh, jeez.
LeBron is the GOAT,
There's
that's
more of
how
this.
I know that you don't love yourself.
Okay. All right. Then I must not love myself. That's so weird, man.
Yeah, you think it's weird? You think it's weird? It's a little weird.
Who took the time to do this? Why are we taking time to do this?
I'm rooting for 2-3 if it's not my baby.
That's the weirdest part. Calling your favorite player your baby is the weirdest thing that I think I've ever heard. As a kid, I loved Ken Griffey Jr.
If you found out your
I would never call him my baby.
If you found out your significant other made that, would that be a deal breaker? Would you be done with that? Would you be like, if you were driving around the car and you'd be like,
Yes.
hey,
Yes.
hey,
All I wanna do is glaze LeBron.
listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. I made this. I need your opinion on it.
Hey, this is really good. I made this really cool beat.
I
this
need
song.
your opinion on
This
this.
is really good. I'm gonna go viral. This is gonna be hot.
I need
this
your
is gonna
opinion.
be really good.
I need your opinion on this.
Yeah, of course it's a deal breaker. Are you kidding me? If you made this, I wouldn't talk to you again.
We'd be done?
No, I wouldn't
Yes.
do anything
Like in company?
different if
Well,
I
no.
had a redo. Bron's the GOAT.
We'd change the name to the Raj Show.
We would
Raj and Friends.
Raj and Friends?
Yeah.
That I chose. The haters don't like you, but
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it is so weird to write a song like that and to sing about your baby being LeBron. But I will say this one, the one that was released about the Sixers, not terrible. Not terrible. Not terrible. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I mind this. I don't mind this one.
It's not terrible.
This will be in my head.
Yeah. LeBron James. I mean, Raj, are we wrong with this? I think
I don't
this
know,
one's
guys.
not too bad.
I could see Abdalla with the beautiful voice singing "Baby" to Michael Jordan.
Go to the YouTube.
Oh, geez.
YouTube.com/@Bleck and Abdalla Show.
What did he
Raj
do?
has had me singing about Jordan.
That actually looks like you.
It does look like me. I don't sing with my eyes closed though.
When you're belting out to your baby, you do.
Weird thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
Speaking of babies with LeBron, like, are there a bunch of LeBrons running around? Like, remember how like
it was
remember
like
how,
yeah,
how,
it was like it was a popular name. It has
like Jalen.
How Jalen came around?
Because Jalen Rose in the early '90s.
Are
and
there
then,
a bunch of LeBrons running around?
I don't know. Or are we too early on that?
Are we too early for LeBron?
No, you're not. So my wife's a kindergarten teacher, although it's already passed. Like that phase has passed. But
oh, really?
She had a little stretch kind of early in her career when she had a bunch of kindergartners coming through with the name LeBron. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good.
I learned something today.
I like that.
Yep.
That's good. All right.
Yep. I think it was around like babies that were born in like the late 2000s, like early 2010s. That's when it like hit its peak, like around the time of the Heatles and that kind of stuff. Like that was around the time when it surged.
That makes sense. That's hilarious. There are a lot of little LeBrons running around. I thought you were asking a different question.
I thought he was too.
I was like, I don't know. Bronny plays for the Lakers G League
That is a
squad.
LeBron. That is
and
another
I know he's
LeBron.
got Bryce on the way. That's going to get to the league, I'm guessing. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Big Ten Media Days are taking place in Chicago. Are the head coaches of the Big Ten taking shots at the SEC? We'll tell you coming up next.
The wait is over. Every NFL team is now in training camp. Football is back, and so are the storylines. We'll keep you on top of it all. Happy football season, everybody. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
If you missed any portion of today's show, check out the podcast on Apple and Spotify. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. Live stream is up every single day throughout the show. Check it out. Thanks to Raj and Roy for producing today. Jim Rome's coming up in 13 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. We have all the teams in the NFL reporting to camp today. Coaches, GMs are all speaking around the National Football League. And also here in Chicago today is a big football day because the Big Ten College Football Media Day is taking place right down the street from where we're at right now on Michigan Avenue at the Hilton. So, Abdalla, we have Big Ten Media Day taking place today. Coaches speaking in the Big Ten. Brett Bielema, Lincoln Riley. Many coaches speaking today. Tomorrow, you get Ryan Day will speak. On Thursday, Kurt Signetti will speak to the media. Big Ten Media Days taking place last week when we covered SEC Media Days. It felt like a lot of the SEC Media Day was positioned in a way where the SEC was taking shots at the Big Ten constantly. The Big Ten has won the last 3 national titles. So if you want to say which conference controls college football, you could really make the argument right now that it's the Big Ten. I have yet to see really many of the coaches today taking shots back at the SEC.
Brett Bielema did, head coach of Illinois.
What did Bielema have to say?
Brett Bielema was asked about the SEC, and he said it seems like they want to be, they want to go back to how it was in 2005.
So that's before the college football playoff. That's the BCS era. Mm-hmm. That's before the conferences have all changed. Mm-hmm. That's before the NIL era. Mm-hmm. That individuals like Brett Bielema have utilized to their benefit because Illinois is a good team right now, and the money that U of I has to put into the football program to improve the facilities there, like they're getting on par with everyone else in the Big Ten. For a long time, they were bad.
Yeah.
So, like, to say NIL and all that stuff isn't helping his program, that's not true.
No, of course it's not true. Of course it's not.
We're taking a shot at the SEC. All right.
Yeah. A coach, a coach from a program that hasn't won a national championship in 75 years.
Yeah.
Sure, take a shot.
Well, and Bielema's never won a national title. He's never gotten to one.
He's never gotten to one. So.
Has he gotten to a playoff?
I don't think so.
Was he with Wisconsin when the team was a 4-team playoff? I don't know. I can't remember but back that far. I mean, he was good at Wisconsin, and then he has run at Arkansas. He was okay there. Now with Illinois. So, all right. So, Big Ten Media Day is taking place in Chicago. We'll keep you updated on anything that takes place throughout the week.
No, he's never been to a college football playoff.
Yeah, taking shots, though.
Well, maybe if he gets to 24, maybe he'll actually get to one.
Taking shots. It's Bleck Abdalla.
Maybe he'll wait till 32 teams.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Hey, Abdalla, do you have any zoo news?
Chris, I always have zoo news.
Zoo news.
Well, hello, Mr. Lion. Here's the latest edition of the Zoo News.
What do you have?
Well, Chris, let's go out to out to Winchester in England, and we're still on the lookout for
Across the pond,
a capybara that is still on the loose.
Is that the thing with the really long nose?
No, it's got like a short snout. It looks kind of like a big hamster.
Yeah, but the head looks like a football.
Yeah, yes, it
right?
does. Yeah,
Okay.
it kind of does. Yeah.
All right.
So I think I brought you this story a few months ago. How
it's the same one?
2 capybaras were missing.
Okay.
And they found one of them, and one of them was still on the loose. So a zoo has introduced the capybara residents to their new enclosure while the team continues to search for the one that escaped earlier this year. The Marwell Zoo near Winchester in Hampshire said it has not given up the hunt for a 1-year-old Samba who attracted global interest after she went on the run in Hampshire County's countryside in March. I brought you this story a few months ago. Like I said, Samba's sister Tango was left alone at the zoo until earlier this month when staff introduced the male capybara called Ripple. So now these capybaras have a new home. She's got a friend now, but they're still on the lookout for Samba. So if you know where 1-year-old Samba is, or maybe you've taken Samba as a pet, please contact the zoo because they are on the search for this capybara. Because Chris, we know
do people take capybaras as pets?
So I think you can. They're not like mean. They don't eat they're like herbivores. So
or is it like having a llama as a pet, where it's like you could, but people don't really do it.
But you shouldn't. Like you could.
All right.
But should you?
All right.
So yeah, we know that animals, we report on the news of the zoo, but we know animals, just like Samba, they don't like being in the zoo.
Yep. They want to be let
out.
Let us out, let us out, let us out. The zoo is overloaded.
It said the search for Samba continues and her welfare remains a priority for the team. It is encouraged that members of the public who think they've spotted Samba to take a photo of her and send it to the Marwell Zoo, along with the exact location, Chris. And that is what is new at the zoo.
That's what is new at the zoo.
Yeah, the capybara. Yeah, no, sir. That's just a dog. You just took a picture
hamster.
of a big dog. A hairless dog. That's what you just took a picture of. Yep. Okay. This again, the LeBron song?
No.
This is so weird. Yeah.
No matter what, I still love you every day.
It's weird. This is why LeBron fans, stands, this is why they get the rep that they get. And for their terrible takes.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, you can't call. That's like number 1 sports rule is you can't call your favorite player your baby.
That's so weird. That's so weird.
Of course it's weird. It's so ick that like my skin is like I feel uncomfortable listening.
Yeah.
No.
It's creepy. It's restraining order worthy.
Creepy.
Restraining order worthy.
It's creepy.
Restraining order worthy.
But I'll say this, Philly fans are excited for their guy LeBron James. Yeah. I mean, that actually, you're right. That's going to be stuck in my head the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That will absolutely be stuck in my head the rest of the day.
When you guys write the Caleb song, you're going to call him baby. And I'm going to remember this.
We will
Absolutely
not. We will not, Raj. Jim Rome is coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.